Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here, back once again with another video, and today we're going to be doing a pretty cool Predator Jungle Hunter figure collection, and it's a bit of a comparison. It's not much of a comparison, but it's just like looking at the different versions of, obviously probably the best Predator of all time, the Jungle Hunter. I guess my favourite Predator out of all of them. I remember when I was younger, I used to watch Predator, the first one. I just loved it. I just always wanted to keep watching it. It just seemed to be like the perfect action film, with guns, action, uh, sci-fi. Just art with Arnie, non-stop action, army style. Yeah, just I just loved it when I was younger. I used to always wanted to watch it. Anytime there was I wanted to watch a film, I just wanted to watch Predator. It was certainly one of my favourite films. Definitely one of the favourite films, one of the favourite best things that I collect. Yeah, and it's just a really, really awesome. The Jungle Hunter, just, the original, the best. And these, so I've got about, I think I've got more. I think there might be more versions than this, but these are there's basically four main versions. There's a little one as well, but we've got the couple of main ones in the collection. So yeah, let's look at all the different ones. Start off with this little small one. This is a Funko Reaction Predator Jungle Hunter. And I picked this up on eBay. Funko Reaction figures have been around for ages. And this was one that I picked up second hand on eBay. They're not the best. Yeah, I mean, Funko Reaction figures are not the best figures that you can get, but they're just cool to have as sort of an extra figure to sort of like enhance the bigger figures. Like to have them either in another section of minifigures, or some of the figures I've got with a minifig, sort of smaller figure standing just in front of them. Some stuff. But yeah, this, as I said, I just picked this up cheap. You can get these on eBay for about 10 or 15 quid if you can get them, quite cheap. And it's cool to add to sort of a little thing if you can get them for that price. As I said, the detail and stuff is not that great on these type, but it's sort of like a fun, toony style, I guess. But the Predator looks okay. It's all right. As I said, it's not. It's quite basically painted, quite basically done detail. But it's something just cool to add. I mean, if you collect stuff like this anyway, you're gonna have one of these in the collection. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Now we've got another one that is one of the smaller ones in the Jungle Hunter collection, but it's one of the four main ones that I've got, and it's the Hiya Toys Jungle Hunter Predator version, and this is actually quite a nice smaller scale Predator. Hiya Toys actually make quite good Predators. Their aliens are not that great. They're really flimsy, really skinny, and yeah, they're not great. However, the Predators are pretty good. The Robocops are not bad either. Like, cause they've got Robocop, Robocane, and Ed 209, and their Predators, yeah, not too bad. I wish they did Terminator and other stuff. Yeah, because I only do Predator Alien and Robocop. Oh, they're toys. But I wish they did. I wish they did Batman and Terminator. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I think those are the only three they mainly. But yeah, the Predators that they do are pretty nice. They're quite nicely painted. The articulation is not that bad, and you get a few little bits of accessories with them. Not like something where it's Mezco or Neca type stuff, but the Hiya Toys you get a few things, like you get a skull, an extra mask, and just a few little bits. But you know, it's all what you need. But as I said, yeah, these Predator eye toys, pretty nice detail. It's not like, you know, movie accurate compared to like Neca or Mezco, but it's not bad. You see the head sculpt's not that bad, and the mouth and that. So it's quite nice to paint down the forehead, the massive forehead of a predator. I'm guessing his predator's got massive brains. You see the shoulder cannon detail on that. Then the body, it's not badly painted. As I said, for a smaller scale, it's not that bad. And then you see obviously the bone, bone and skull jewellery, I guess, necklaces and pendants or whatever on there as well. So you've got all that stuff on there, and the detail. Then you've got on one side, nicely detailed on that, and then you've got the gauntlet with the blades, and then the other side, you've got the gauntlet with the countdown timer, which obviously I don't think the thing opens up, unfortunately, but yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, but as I said, it's not a bad painted thing. As I said, you get a few nice accessories, and it's nicely detailed with what's going on. So there's that. Next, we've got the probably one of the best ones, if not the best, is the Neca Ultimate Jungle Hunter, which this is the reissue one. There was one that's originally that they released. I don't know how many Jungle Hunters Neca have released now, but a few. But this is, as I said, the Jungle Hunter version, which in some people's opinions is the best one. I guess I'd probably say maybe it is the best one, but the Mezco one is quite good as well. But yeah, this is the reissue one. I think the original one I did wasn't painted as well as it could have been, and just I'm not sure of the detail. I think it was mainly really the paint job, because I did a reissue one where the paint job was more accurate to the movie. It was more darker and stuff, and it looks really good. I did have the original one, and then I got the reissue one, and then I think I sold the original one. But yeah, this one I did have it with the mask on, which I'm tempted to swap back, because I don't know, for some reason this head sculpt on this doesn't, for some reason doesn't look that great. But it's because I wanted the Mezco one with the mask on, and I didn't want the same version looking the same, so I wanted to have one with the head sculpt with a mask off and one with a mask on. But yeah, the Neca one is pretty awesome. It's just, yeah, the detail is painted really well. It's painted really well. The detail's really good. I think that might be. I think that might be the. I think that might be a knockoff head sculpt that I had. I don't think that's the original head sculpt, because that don't look that great. So I think I'm going to have to swap that, because that doesn't look really that great. Yeah, but the body is painted really, really good. Detail is there. It's got obviously the jewellery, necklaces, pendants, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, it's really nicely painted, nice dark colour, a nice detail. And then we've got the arms with the gauntlet and the claws. Unfortunately, one of the claws broke off, which I'm quite annoyed. I might end up just getting another Jungle Hunter Neca, because this version is in a bit of a state at the moment. As I said, one of the claws broke off, and that head sculpt I think is a knockoff one. So I'm going to have to get this sorted out at some stage. So I think I'll just replace it. I think I'll just replace it completely with another Neca version, because then, you know, it won't be in a damaged state, and then I'll have a better head sculpt on it. But yeah, it's got the gauntlet on it. And then obviously the other side, it's got the countdown, which does flip open, so that's pretty good on that. But yeah, it's really, really nicely detailed and really nicely painted. Definitely, if you haven't got the Jungle Hunter, definitely get this. Obviously, yours will be better condition than this one I've got here. Just look out, just make sure you get a real version, not a knockoff version, because you don't want to end up with a rubbish one. So just make sure you get a decent one. But anyway, that's the Neca one. We've got the Mcfarlane one now. The Mcfarlane one actually isn't that bad. You know, people might say Mcfarlane Predator is not as good as Neca, but this version is actually not that bad. And surprisingly, it does stand up because a lot of the figures, if you know and you're a collector, a lot of them don't stand up. So this surprisingly does stand up. If you position the feet at certain, you'll see when you stand up because it'll wobble. Then if you just angle the feet or whatever in which position, it will stand up. Similar to the Jungle Hunter, if you position it, because I've bent the legs slightly back, so it's sort of like leaning backwards. If you have it too far forward, it won't stand up. So if you lean them slightly, it certainly makes all the difference when you position the feet and stuff with these figures, especially when it comes to Neca and Mcfarlane. They're like the worst figures that just, I mean, I've had nightmares with these standing up. I'm surprised with the ones that I've got standing up of actually standing up without falling over, to be honest. And because you know, when I first started standing them up, or when I was collecting, there was all sorts of stuff falling over, and yeah, it took me a while to sort of get stuff in position. I was at one stage thinking, because they kept falling over, I was going to glue them into position. I was getting that annoyed. I was like, right, I'm going to just glue these in place so they don't fall over. Didn't go with that. I'm glad I didn't, because like then I would have been stuck with them in the same position. Wouldn't have been able to swap them around. Wouldn't have been able to do like collections on it. Yeah, it would have been a real disaster. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I've got some figures that haven't been able to stand up, but you know, that's the way it goes. Can't get every one of them to stand up, unfortunately. But you know, I've managed to get quite a few standing up, the ones I want. But anyway, going back to the Mcfarlane, yeah, it's actually not that bad because it's quite painted quite darkly, like how it is in the movie. And I feel like with the movie, you know, when you see these type of things like Alien Predator, the darker it usually looks quite dark in the movies. So I feel the darker, the sort of the better. You don't usually get light colours with these type of things. So yeah, the darker the better. So I think it's actually all right. As I said, look, when it just stands there and it's in position, actually looks okay. As I said, it's very dark and it's painted okay. Mask is okay. I know it seems quite dark there, but the mask, when I'm looking at it off camera, it looks okay. They've got the shoulder cannon there. As I said, it's painted all right. It's nice and dark. The details all there. Shoulder cannon there, and nicely painted on the body with the detail with the necklaces, pendants, whatever you want to call them. And then on the arm, I think because I bought this second hand, so I'm not sure if the gauntlet with the blades has either snapped off or it's gone inside and not come out. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. And then we've got one of the pipes that seems to have come out as well. Yeah, signs of damage from being second hand. Usually get them in. You sometimes get stuff second hand in good condition, but sometimes it's in quite bad condition. But you know, these are been around for quite a while. But anyway, then the other one, you've got the gauntlet, which is open. You can see there, the gauntlet with the countdown. I don't know if that's blood on that side. That looks pretty good. So it's painted nicely, nicely detailed. All the detail, you know, obviously is there. And as I said, I think it is painted quite nicely. As I said, it's nice and dark, you know, like it is in the movie. But yeah, it's alright actually. You can get these. So I can't remember exactly how much I paid for this. Might be 15 or 20 quid, not that much. So you can get, if you want to get the Mcfarlane one. It's not that expensive. It's not somewhere where it's a figure that's like, because some of these old figures and rare stuff are like pretty expensive, 60, 80, £100 or whatever it is. And that, a lot of people can't afford them. Uh, but this is one that's quite affordable, and it's actually all right. And if you've got Neca and Mcfarlane one in a collection, and only those two, then that's pretty good because they're both quite nice standing side by side. If you have them displayed like that, it's pretty nice. And then the last one is maybe the best one, but it's either between that and the Neca one, is the Mezco 112 scale Predator. I think it's 6 inches because I think the Neca one's 7 inches. I think this is a 6 inch scale. Originally, when I wanted because I saw other people that had this, the Mezco one, and I really wanted it. However, I wasn't aware that it was shorter than the Neca version. And in my opinion, I think I said this before, but I think the Mezco 112 was too small. I think they should be same scale as Neca, if not bigger, because the amount of money you pay for them, original price is like 90, £100 or more than that, which in my opinion is way overpriced. I know you're getting a good accessories and a good figure, but to my opinion, it should be bigger. Shouldn't have to pay that much for a figure of 6 inch scale but smaller than Neca, because Neca figures are around like you can get some as little as cheap as 25 quid now. So but 25, 30, 35, 40 quid, you know and Mezco is, as I said, 80, 90, £100 or more, so Neca you're getting not only better value but maybe a better product in some cases. But I mean, yeah. But anyway, going back to that, I think now I did have this Predator before in the collection, you might have seen it, but then I reluctantly traded it in for a Hiya Toys Predator Elder AVP figure, which at the time was, I think still is, very, very rare figure, and quite expensive for what I've seen. So yeah, this guy had, somehow he managed to end up with two Hiya Toys. This guy on eBay, he had two Hiya Toys AVP Predator Elders. I don't know how he managed to get two, because I couldn't even get one at the beginning. Somehow I ended up with two, and he was keeping one and selling the other for like 25 or 30 quid, really cheap. He could have very well sold it to like for crazy money, like 80, £100 or more. For some reason, he was feeling generous and it was going to sell his, because he had the same figure, was going to sell it cheap. I don't know, maybe he just felt kind. He just thought, oh, I've got two British Whales, I'll let the other one go for cheap. So when I saw it, I was absolutely surprised because, as I said, I'd been wanting to get the Hiya Toys AVP Predator Elder figure for a long while, and yeah, I thought I was never going to get it. It's one of them figures that you just think you're just never going to get because it's something that's rare. So yeah, I just thought I was never going to get it. I looked it up, and then all of a sudden, that guy that's selling this AVP figure for 25 or 30 quid come up, and I was really, really surprised because I thought, you know, usually worth a lot more money. And then I thought, well, I'm going to buy this whatever way you look at it. And I know that if I hadn't, someone else would have bought it because, something that's being sold cheap that's usually way expensive, it's not going to be on there that long. So yeah, I was going to buy it, but then for some reason I just felt there could be a trade. And I said to him, I sent him a message and said, I'll tell you what, do you fancy a trade? Which I felt was quite a fair deal. I said, do you want to trade? I think actually I said, I can't remember if it's me that said it. I think I said, trade me his Predator Elder for my Mezco figure and £30. I think it was. I think that was the deal because I felt that his thing was worth more than this. So I said to him, "How about trade? You trade me your AVP High Toys figure, and I'll trade you this Mezco figure plus £30." But I can't remember if I said. I can't remember. I'm sure I said this plus 30 for his High Toys. I think that was the deal, which I felt was a fair deal, considering that his was worth a bit more than this. So I said, have fancy trade, and then I didn't think he'd go for it, to be honest, but then he said, yeah, let's do it. So we did the trade, and as I said, I sort of didn't really want to let this go when I had it previously, but I did because I just felt it was the right deal because getting something that was so rare, and then I thought I could, you know what, I'll let this go now, and I can get this back because this is something that you could just easily get back because it's available, but something the Predator Elder High Toys isn't available. So I felt, yeah, I'll trade it and then I'll get this back at a later stage. And then after that, I just felt I want to get my Mezco Predator back. And then recently, I got some extra money, bonus money, I like to call, from working, which doesn't happen very often, once in a blue moon, if that. And I thought, now I've got the extra cash, I'm going to see if I can pick this up cheap because I want to try and buy it back. And one come up for about £60 on eBay, second hand, because they're usually 80 or 90 or £100 or more. And I thought, very well, I'm going to buy it back. So I've got it back in the collection so I could do more videos involving it. And yeah, so I got it back in the collection. And it's a really, really good Predator. It's either this or the Neca one that's either the best one, but they're certainly the best two, the Neca and the Mezco one. The thing is, the only things with the Mezco, I think they didn't get the mask right, apparently. I think the mask should be sort of like the Jungle Hunter version. So you can actually put the Neca mask on the Mezco one, and it looks better. That's what I did have before. I think I might do that again, but I don't know. But yeah, the Mezco one is just. I mean, if you know, it's just a really awesome figure. Really nicely painted, really nice detail on the head sculpt, and the shoulder cannon, which if you put the batteries in, it does light up and flashes as if it's going to blast. But do be careful because when I first got this originally, it almost blinded me. It's very, very powerful, bright light. So be extremely careful. If you get this and you're going to put the light on, don't look directly at it. I've currently got this ongoing eye problem that is very serious. And yeah, certainly didn't do me any favours when it was pointing right in my eye. But yeah, it's extremely bright. I think it's quite dangerous actually. But yeah, just make sure if you get it and you're going to use a light, don't point it directly in your eye because I don't know if it will blind you, but it certainly will cause maybe some damage. But anyway, it does light up. It's quite a powerful light. And also the helmet light on the helmet lights up as well, which is quite cool. So when you do pay for this, although it's short, but you're getting money's worth in terms of the figure, the lights, the accessories, and yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, the light does light up, and the mask, which you put small little batteries in, so that's pretty good on the head sculpt. The head sculpt is a very nice with the mask off. It's really, really nice painted, really nicely detailed. And with the jaws and mouth like that, it looks absolutely fantastic. And certainly way better than my current Neca unmasked head sculpt.